Forgotten amongst the chaos of a losing record, the Saints found a second-half resurgence, coordinated by a QB change. After falling to 1-7, first-year head coach Kellen Moore pulled the plug on Spencer Rattler's career, handing the keys to rookie Tyler Shough. Impressing with anticipation and a killer quick game, Shough brought a methodical approach that made the Saints competitive, able to successfully run Moore's offense the way he wanted. So have the Saints found their future, or just another passing Shough? The pro game is all about rhythm. You gotta be able to time the rock to be effective. Shough's well above average in this department, allowing him to attack the narrow windows the NFL restricts you to. The first throw we always look for is the crosshash out. Not only does this show us the arm strength, but the rhythm and timing needed to make this play in the pros. Here, Shough's winding up off the last step of his drop before his wideout has even made the cut, putting it out to the boundary to get a chunk back. More good work here against the Rams, this time off the play action. The fake opens up space for Olave on the corner route, and more good timing has the windup in sync with the cut, putting this out to the boundary between the closing defenders. Sideline attacking is a positive sign, but to truly punish a defense in the NFL, you've got to be able to attack the middle of the field. Here, there's excellent signs for Shough, able to time the ball to these middle gaps. The windup's in sync with the break, allowing him to take advantage of the backers creeping up, laying this to the space for Kevin Austin to find. Moving into the high red, he hits a concept every NFL OC loves to run: dagger. The slot works hard to take that safety's attention away. The backer gets distracted by the shallow crosser, opening up space for the dig. This has to be out in rhythm, or the quarters coverage will clamp fast. And Tyler is timing it to Olave once more, finding a first down inside the 5. One of the Saints' biggest standout trends last season was their use of the hurry-up offense. Kellen Moore lent heavily on speed and spread sets to gain rhythm, allowing Shough to key quickly and fire for cheap yards. Mastering the double slants concept, Shough sliced his way with Olave and Valet vacuuming up these receptions. The follow of the motion tells us the defense are playing man coverage, and this gives Shough an easy read, firing fast for the second slant. Olave matches the timing with an excellent route, and would have taken off if not for a great late tackle. With the corners sitting off in quarters this time, the apex defender is easily occupied by the inside slant. And again, Shough just has to catch and release to find the second. And if you haven't noticed by now, Olave is a future first-team All-Pro. This time, the overhang tries to deke Shough and jump the outer slant, but Shough reads the body language and knows the defender's weight is working towards the outside slant, firing middle for the first down. And versus the blitz, Shough's ability to get the ball out fast quickly finds the slant to punish him. The corner blitzes and Tyler knows to attack it, firing fast to beat the dropping backer and find fresh downs. This catch and release ability can completely neutralize a defense's ability to run anything complex. You can't be blitzing or rotating any coverages if the ball's just out straight away. And Shough was consistent at this in the quick game, with the 6th quickest time to throw in the entire NFL. Part of this is knowing the coverage pre-snap and how defenders can be leveraged, allowing you to just chip away yards with these easy passes, demoralizing a defense. This video is sponsored by PrizePicks. America's #1 sports picks app is super easy to use. All you have to do is pick more or less on a few player stats, and your lineup is set, ready to win cash prizes. The World Cup is flowing free. This time around, I'm picking Erling Haaland to score a goal for Norway and Vinicius Jr. to score a goal for Brazil. PrizePicks is also available in over 35 states, including California, Texas, and Florida. Best of all, PrizePicks will give you $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. Win or lose, you'll get $50 in lineups just for playing. So download the app and use our promo code HMA to get $50 in lineups now. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. When it comes to progressions, there's some great signs for Shough. Again, adept in the short area of the field, and growing in full field progressions as the season went on. However, his eyes weren't perfect scanning the field, for a reason we'll talk about later on. Where Shough shined was again the quick game, where he could scan front to back to find the open receiver. Here's good work to read that there's nothing open front side, working backside to where Olave has hooked over the ball, finding him for the easy yards. Here in the low red, quick eyes lead to a fast first. He's front side to the slant flat, but feeling the robber defender key and look to jump the slant, quickly finds the hook over the ball, replacing the zone. Not fancy, but effective. Getting to backside reads when the defense takes away your initial options is a real key to success in the NFL. You're playing against the best defenders on the planet. Your first read isn't always going to be there. The curl flat concept front side is closed off, so Shough's eyes continue through the reads, spotting the backside dig and firing to find Olave for the first. Here it is against the Titans. The read's slightly different as the Titans play man, but when nothing's open front side, he knows his man backside will win due to the leverage of the route, ripping it to Juwan Johnson for the big game. This sort of play is key to being an NFL QB. Another important pro read, and one that showed dramatic improvement over the season, was his ability to get to the check down off play action. Lots of offenses are looking to run two-man play action concepts to attack match coverage rules, and when these don't open, it's imperative a QB finds the check down. There's usually just as many yards to be had there if the defense has over-rotated. Here, he's quick to spot there's no path long and that the end is dropping responsible for the back, and just takes the cheap yards. It's all about keeping the ball moving. Like many youngsters who grew up in the spread era, Shough's got the ability to extend, pulling off some improv magic after the escape. However, ghosts do creep in when pressure's around. Shough's gonna get the full way through his progressions, still doesn't find anybody, so extends and creates yards. The curl flat is closed, but so is the backside slant flat, and by the time the back's to the hook, pressure is in. He extends right, eyes up, and eventually finds a flat route runner on the sideline. One nice sign is that Tyler looks to step up and through the traffic rather than back and away. Nothing's open here on third, so Shough steps up and through. Now ideally, he'd keep his eyes up the whole time, but it's a good job to get him back up once he's cleared the traffic, dropping a dime to the crosser on the move. Under quick and heavy duress versus the Panthers, Shough splits three to find the third down throw. Nick Scourton beats the right tackle immediately, but Tyler untangles from the sure sack, jukes the next man, then a third before spotting Johnson wide open. It's great pocket movement and ability to reset the feet, completely flipping the outcome of the play. This time it's on a two-man play action concept we looked at earlier, which gets completely smothered by the Dolphins secondary. The rush is closing in quick, and with nobody leaking for the checkdown option, Shough is forced right and into extension mode. Somehow displaying psychic powers between him and his tight end, Shough flicks this blindly as a defender looks to take his head off, finding positive yards out of nowhere. So there are strong signs for Shough and the Saints, but the tape is far from perfect, and some problems are genuinely limiting his game. One of the most noticeable was Tyler's tendency to feel the rush. Too often his eyes would drop to incoming perceived pressure, whether it had a chance to get home or not. Facing the Dolphins, the corner blitz completely spooks him out the play. Ideally, you want to throw into the blitz to punish them, and he has the slant open, but the pressure makes him drop his eyes and roll backside. The comeback opened, but because he left the pocket unnecessarily, the timing's off and now closed, leading to a throwaway. Down in the low red this time, the Saints have a spot concept called, but Shough feels the potential pressure and misses a touchdown. The corner tags down hard on the flat option, and this leaves the tight end with the leverage to the back pylon. But as the pocket squeezes, his eyes drop, and he dips backside away from it. Well-played man leaves no option backside, and a chance at 6 is missed. Good progressions get him to the right read here, but feeling faint pressure from the stunt, he drops his eyes once more. Miami clamps well on the double slants, so Shough works backside, where he has a hitch open between the zones. But watch his eyes flick to the pressure, spooking him off the hitch. He's just gotta rip this and trust his arm and release will beat the defender. But instead, he's running and forced into a throwaway. Facing the Titans, a potential edge threat spooks this third down throw into finishing short of the sticks. The trips clear out for the drag crosser, and if he finds this in rhythm, Austin is gonna have the momentum to get the first. But out the corner of his eye, Shough spots danger and bails before releasing. He does get to it, but it's late, and the defense can crash and keep this short. All this feeling the pressure takes away opportunities to push the ball downfield and keeps the Saints from being an explosive offense. Working off the heavy play action here, Shough's got a chance to go over the top and punish an aggressive defense. They get the perfect chance running the Yankee concept as the middle safety bites on the over, leaving Olave free to the post. But Shough's eyes drop amongst the slightly muddy pocket, pulling back the trigger and trying to run instead, leading to no yards. Here the eyes drop, again spooked away from a play backside. The flood is closed by the box coverage, but this opens up space for Tipton running the dig. However, Shough's eyes go down when pressure presents itself, and he's immediately into scramble mode. He's gotta learn to just slide in the pocket here and find those big yards. Against the Panthers, the same problem arises, and there's a slightly different outcome, but still, yards are missed. The front side is shut down, and again, the backside dig will open in rhythm to the space. Shough gets through his progressions better this time, but with A-gap pressure, completely omits the backside dig, getting straight to the running back, who's far better covered, going down in the backfield. Another problem Shough showed on tape is a tendency to miss on the back hip of his man accuracy-wise. This may seem counterintuitive to someone who made their living throwing slants, but the evidence was too strong not to share. Watch here as he reads the double slants correctly, finding Shaheed for quick yards, but it's on the back hip, stopping the catch and run, ultimately leaving them short on third. This time, he's booting out to a flood concept and has every OC's crush Taysom Hill in the flat for 3 yards, but the ball's on the back hip, leading to a drop. This problem also showed on many in-breaking routes. He's got good timing here for the dagger concept, but the ball's not 1 foot in front of the numbers like designed, forcing Valet into an acrobatic catch and tumble. And this also stopped chunk play opportunities as well. They get the matchup they want on the deep over route from trips, but Shough is way off, leaving this in the dirt. When it comes to movement, I also think Shough is just league average. Kellen Moore was insistent on using his legs as a threat, and while it's good to show this to a defense, I don't really think it's sustainable or efficient long term. He had some long runs, but didn't really show the speed to turn the corner, and when running in the middle of the field, took several big licks. Expect this to be kept to gadget or the occasional short yardage play in the future. And speaking of future, we have to discuss Shough's age. A super senior out of Louisville, he'll turn 27 early in his sophomore season. This presents serious questions about where his ceiling truly lies. The game looks well-rounded, but is that a function of age and a sign that we've already seen his limit? Only time will tell. Elevating the Saints to a competent offense, Tyler Shough showed he belonged in the NFL with some great anticipation and a knack for the quick game. However, questions remain on where the ceiling lies and whether he's a transition game manager or a full-time Saints starter. The offense certainly improved under his signal calling, but does he show you enough to go out there and truly win you the game? We're judging off a small sample size, but it's one that, sadly, gives Saints fans hope for 2026.